Hey, y'all. Happy Friday. We are live. This is my recap for The Traitors season 4 finale as well as the reunion. Um, was that a shocking finale for y'all? Excuse me, it wasn't for me at all. Now, before we get into this, y'all know before you get into the room, give a ninja a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am almost at 18K. Um, it has been a short day for me. I literally just had to scarf my lunch down because right after this, I have another job interview. Don't you just love it? Selling yourself in the name of capitalism. Anyway, yeah, so I guess I should get the move on with this finale. Um, yes, the reunion sucked, and we will get to that too. Not much, we can say on that part. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know? Mm. Now, of course, this is spoiler alert. I understand that it came on at, last night. So some people may be watching it today. I hope the thumbnail isn't too much of a spoiler, but could it really be a spoiler? Like, there's no shock of who was going to win this season at all. At all. But yes, we are at the season finale. And when I was writing the notes, I was like, y'all ready to see Rob win? Because that's basically what we're about to do. So we left off on the cliffhanger of Alan revealing in front of everyone who the traitors have murdered. And as I was watching it, I was like, my final answer is Johnny. Much to my surprise, I was like, Kenny G? What? They done took out Kenny G. Like, I did not see that coming at all. I was like, they're going to break up the skating twins. But little did I know that Rob was banking on how dumb the people that are left in the competition are. But yeah, like, I can see Rob's gameplay because Kenny G was definitely going to aim for Eric. And no one else knew about Eric except for Kristen. And yeah, I guess this was a wise choice. And to be honest, Kenny G deserved, to go home because he did not go for who Kristen told him to go at. So yeah, it's whatever. We're down to the skating twins, Mora, Eric, and Rob. And I already see where this strategy is going. The skating twins just don't have the numbers at all. Like Rob and Eric, traitors. They're going to be like this to the end. And then Rob and Mora, they're tight knit. Like I'm gonna get to Mora later on in this episode, but my God. Let's see. Someone said something that was, oh, you thought Kenny G would win? Nah. Someone posted something. I'm glad y'all are excited. Oh, thank you for noticing the haircut. Appreciate it. Let's see. It was something. Did y'all delete the comment? Oh, here it is. I skipped the reunion. Was it worth watching? Short answer, no, it was not. So you can skip it. Really. I'm so for real. There was really nothing. It could have been an email. But anyway, so we fast forward to the final breakfast. Eric is the first to walk in, and I really don't want to hear anything his dumbass have to say. Mora and these damn hats. Allegedly, she was wearing one of those hats with the wig attached to it because there weren't any hairstylists on deck, I heard. Allegedly. And then Rob walks in all smug and confident. Like he got it in the bag. He knows it. Oh, thank you so much, Diamond Eyes, for the super chat. We appreciate that over here. The rubber hat. Let's see. So the three of them, I assume, are a voting alliance. As I was watching the episode in real time, Rob literally said out loud that they need to vote out Johnny and Tara, and he's basically banking on how dumb Mora is. While they're all being fake with each other at the table, Alan walks in. And now, going forward, after someone that's been banished, they cannot reveal who they are. And they have one last mission coming up. Thank you, Rich the Fish. Appreciate it. Rest in peace, Robert Jr. Gone too soon. Yes, I was shocked by that unfortunate news. Hearts out to Mary. I know she's going through it. I will totally understand if she decides not to come back this season. Also, it's just really heartbreaking because I remember seeing Mary at the reunion saying that she was more relieved that he was in jail because she knew that he would at least be okay. So it's really heartbreaking, and shout out to Mary and her entire family. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, so before the mission comes, they get into little groups, and Johnny is finally on the money that Eric and Rob are the traitors, but they don't have the numbers, and their plan is to try to get Mora on board with them, but it's going to be difficult because she still wants to fuck Rob. Like, homegirl was hot this entire 3 weeks for this man. But Tara takes Mora to the side and tells her she thinks Eric is a traitor, and she's confident about that. She then tells her she knows Johnny's a faithful, and that leaves Rob. She doesn't really go for Rob too much, but she at least says Eric needs to get out of here. So then, look, when I was watching, I was like, I feel like Mora knows that Tara isn't a traitor. I mean, look what happened when Natalie got banished. Like, you cannot fake that type of reaction from somebody that's a traitor. I'm sorry. But when I was watching, I was like, who knows how Mora will vote? And unfortunately, the key to this entire game lied in Mora. So also, side note, I felt like when I was watching this, because my notes are as I'm watching in real time, I felt that Mora was going to lose regardless. Because if the skating twins got to the end, I think they were going to knock Mora out to split the money between themselves. And then if she went to the end with the traitors, she loses anyway. So I think Mora really had a lose-lose situation in front of her, regardless of what decision that she made, smart or dumb. So I don't want people to be too hard on Mora because I feel like she was going to lose this game regardless. Fast forward, they're doing the last mission. 2 players have to be in the helicopter while the others stay on the ground. The 2 in the helicopter are Mora and Rob. And even now, Rob is doing strategy for this gameplay so he can keep Mora away from being persuaded by the skating twins. And look, on the helicopter, Mora, like clockwork, tells Rob that she suspects Eric after talking to Mora. And then it seems in this moment that Rob may have to backstab Eric to get to the end. But he does hope that it doesn't come to that. Thank you, Tamara, for the super chat. Appreciate y'all today. Happy Friday. Mora's problem is she thought Rob was her man. She left with no man and no money. I laughed at her reaction and watched it 3 times. Cinema. Oh, I got the photo. I got the photo. Stay tuned. She did all that for a man who found a woman after the show was done. Just damn. I don't even think they were on the same Love Island franchise together. And before the castle, they only met once. Crazy. Anyway, so the mission is successful. If I was on here, y'all, like I said, I applied for the Traitors that's coming up, whether using normal people. I don't think they're going to select me, but I definitely tried. I would love to be on Traitors, but for this particular challenge, I would have failed miserably because I am afraid of heights, and large bodies of water give me anxiety. Plus, I can't swim. So yeah, I wouldn't have made it. They got 40K added to the pot, and the final payout is 220K. Nice. So then up next is the final round table, followed by Endgame. So we're back at the castle. The skating twins are locked and loaded on who they want to vote for. Everything rides on Mora's decision. Let me lubricate right quick. Oh my God. So I love these San Pellegrinos. This is your little commercial break. Because I'm trying to get off soft drinks and I'm thinking, okay, sparkling water, like this tastes so good. So if I get a little, belchy, that's why. I'm just, I'm not getting paid for this. Ooh, I caught that at the reunion. Notice how Mora hesitated and waited for Rob to say he was unavailable first, because if he would have been down, she would have jumped on it. Exactly. We see each other. Yeah, he was single on the show, but I mean, that was to his benefit. Anyway, so let's see. Where am I? So then we later see Mora telling Eric she is not voting for him at the round table. So it really depends, like if she was telling the truth or not. We're now at the round table. Eric surprisingly speaks up first and presents his case that he's a faithful. Johnny then makes a really good case for himself and Tara, in my opinion. And Johnny makes it known to him that Mora, who he trusts, she is definitely not a traitor. It's probably because she's dumb. The skating twins then both tag team Eric, like really good. And look, then Tara finishes Eric off with exposing him for bringing up Mora's name in their car ride. And again, Mora, it really just depends on how she votes. So then Rob comes in and then brings up a recruiting scenario that ties in, like, how like a traitor can recruit a faithful. He ties that to Johnny and Tara. And I was just like, he's good. He is really good, y'all. Like, I don't care if, annoying mediocre white man won. He played this damn game so well. So good. And it's crazy. He definitely could have turned his back on Eric at the round table, and he chose not to. And it says a lot, because he definitely sold out the housewives, and now he's protecting Eric. I mean, whatever Chris, Candace's husband, said on Twitter, I'm starting to look at that like, oh, you just don't like women. But then, we see in the end what happened with him and Eric. So yeah, now it comes to the votes. I know they're going to save Mora for last, and they do. It's tied, and she chooses Johnny. I was watching this at midnight, and I was like, dummy, really? Like, I was like, she is digmatized. Like, all the evidence lying in front of her. Like, she still just was like, no, voting for you, Johnny. Like, at this point, I was thinking, is she trying to win? Tara is devastated. And then afterward, Mora is just doing what Rob tells her, just like Eric. Like, at this point, it's his game to win. The plan right now for them is to vote Tara. So then he tells Mora this, and she's like, okay, but what if we get Eric out too? Because I still think he's a traitor. And then she basically wants it to be them two in the end. And they pinky swear on this. And again, digmatized. Like, she was just like, we are going to get this to the end. Kind of like how, what was this? This was season 2 when the real world couple, well, they weren't together, but CT and what's her name? Trisha or something. It began with a T, but she was banking on that. Oh, you know what? Thank you for that reminder, Riri. That's what Tara gets for Natalie. Exactly. Trishelle, thank y'all. Thank you. I appreciate that. Trashelle, yeah, that too. So Tara tells Mora that she is not a traitor, and she definitely thinks Eric is a traitor. And when she adds on Rob being a traitor, that's when Mora's whole face changed. She's just like, he can't be. He can't be. Like, the way Mora lies to the actual faithfuls in the game is the same way that Rob is lying to Mora. Like, that is the irony of this. Like, Mora has been lying to all of the faithfuls that are trying to get the actual traitors out just so she can stick with the traitor. And this is what I think. I think at the beginning of the episode, when Kenny G was eliminated, I think Mora just had in her mind that as long as it was her and Rob at the end, she didn't care about anybody else, even if they were traitors or faithfuls. It didn't matter. Because I feel like if it was Tara, Mora, and Rob, Mora would have voted Tara. Because she just wanted to share the win with Rob. Like a little love story at the end. Thank you, Shady Reality TV, for the super chat. I appreciate it so much. It was so frustrating watching more of this finale, and all of it relied on her. All of it. All of it. So fast forward to the final 4 showdown. Side note, notice how everyone is dressed to the nines, and Rob, he's dressed like he's about to go milk a cow or shuck some damn corn. This whole game, it's an allegory for current society. And if y'all want to break that down for me in the chat, have at it. Have at it. Because you know what I want to say, but we're going to move on. So my final answer, as I was taking notes, Rob is winning this shit. He's winning it. So now voting to banish or Endgame starts. So everyone votes to banish. Again, it is up to Mora. Digmatized Mora. They had 2 commercial breaks before each of her votes. And then she chooses Tara. My God. My God. At this point, I was like, Rob won. Rob won. She literally handed the traitors the game with these 2 votes. Just a mess. Did he? I didn't know he wore the same overalls. I just thought he had more than one. How you digmatize and get no dick? Look, her eyes was on the wrong prize. Exactly. So now they vote again. Now that Tara's gone, it's between 3 of them. Either they can vote to banish, or they can end the game right here and there. So Mora votes to banish, as I thought she was, because she wants to get Eric out. Rob surprisingly votes to banish, and Eric is the only one that votes to leave the game how it is. And already he's shocked. His little pea brain. He feels backstabbed. So they start the vote. And this is Rob's game. I think it basically depends on how he voted. Like, at first, I was like, well, right now, he's either voting to split the money or keep it all for himself. Because I was like, Mora, she's going to vote for Eric regardless. But I I thought that it was going to be kind of like a sneak attack, and Rob was actually going to vote Mora. But yeah, he would have killed his game if he would have did that. So I'm glad that, well, for his gameplay, that he stuck with Mora and voted Eric out. So yeah, Rob basically takes the money for himself and backstabs Eric. Eric is crushed, and it's just him and Mora left standing. Just them two. Final. That's it. So now, Alan, by the way, Alan looks absolutely ridiculous. Please, somebody get the screen grab. I forgot to get it, but Alan, he looks like what JoJo Siwa is going to look like in 30 years. I was like, what is this? Like, from the hair to the outfit to the makeup. Alan. Look, everybody got what they deserved in the end. From the skating twins for voting for Natalie, Eric just for being dumb. I agree with that. They didn't at all. Also, I'm not understanding how Eric was surprised because he backstabbed two original traitors. It's just too much, Taquita. So now Alan says there are the final two to make it to the end. They now have to reveal to each other what they are. And Mora was just so sure that Rob was a faithful that she jokes with him a bit before saying that she's a faithful. So now Rob then reveals that he is a traitor, and you can see her soul leave her body. She can't believe it. And y'all know I got the photo. Here we go. She is absolutely gobsmacked, shocked, face crack of the year. Look at her. That's what you get when you let your heart win. Whoa. She said she feels so stupid, and he embarrassed her. I'm like, Mora, don't flatter yourself because you embarrassed yourself too. That's what you get when you let your heart win. Whoa. She did look beautiful though. Like the mug was right. And her outfit, bomb. I think she was going toe to toe with Lisa Rinna as far as the fashions. But yeah, poor thing. Let's see. Gooped and gagged. She deserved it. Oh, we don't quote that hoe. Nope, I'm not giving it to her. Nope, not at all. I love you, Cheap 83, but nope. Mouth agape. Glorious. Yep. Face crack of the century. Let's see. Pick up your jaw. I was yelling at the TV. That's what you get. I feel like I'm always comical. All I know is they would hate me in that castle because I'm playing for my benefit from day one. I don't care. And her only insult to him is that he will never get a girlfriend. Again, girl, this is not Love Island. She did give the fashions. You rewatched this scene 10 times. All right, so he keeps saying how sorry he is. She tells him not to speak. She is questioning her entire existence from this. It's quite comical. We cut to her confessional and she calls Rob a snake. Right. The guy with the obvious snake tattoo. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Exit stage left, girl. Exit stage left. And you know what's funny? Producers tried to misdirect the audience to think that Mora like would vote against Rob and like in the end, and she never did. So now that the final dum dum is gone, Rob is pronounced the winner of Traitors. He says he feels bad for Mora as well as Eric, but he says, "Would you give 100K to someone you met 3 weeks ago?" He said, "I wouldn't." That was real as fuck. And I'm like, they could end it right there. He said a word there. I was like, oh, you got a point. You got a point. So yeah, Rob wins, and I thought he deserved it. More power to him. So that's the end of the finale. It was a great season. I still think it deserves the Emmy. It's just this is what happens when you have faithfuls. It's just it is what it is. I did apply. I did apply. And you know, Traitors producers, if you are watching, I'm free. I am free. That's a job that I would like to interview for. So yeah, let's get to the finale right quick. I'm not gonna hold y'all. This could have been 30 minutes. Could have been an email. Let's see. It was perfect storytelling. A love-blind competitor allows her heart to think for her instead of her brain and gives the game to the jock player who is con the whole time. Yep. But like I said, if anyone says that Rob didn't deserve the win, I think they're hating. And y'all know coming from me that I did not see it for Rob and especially Colton, but he played a good ass game and he was making ballsy moves too because he knew how these dum-dums was going to like respond to everything. So like he was literally 10 steps ahead the whole time. So yeah, let's get into this whack ass reunion right quick before I gotta go. So this is hosted by Andy Cohen. They start all together in a holding room until Andy calls them out. Rob, the winner, and the Traitors from the season, they all come out first. Candace is immediately on one. I'm not mad at it. Andy asks Rob, what is he going to do with the money? He gives some boring response. He does say that he will buy Mora a Birkin, but look, I need to see it before I believe it. Andy is asking Rob about his gameplay, and then Candace hints at Rob working with Colton to win. Andy then talks to Taylor Swift mama in-law and Eric, both terrible traitors. Rob continues to try to explain to Lisa and Candace how like all three of them wouldn't have made it together to the end regardless of what happened. There's a little back and forth. Candace outright accuses Rob of feeding information to Colton. She also says she was told information about this from Colton himself. And I was thinking, isn't this like a really serious accusation, y'all? Because their contracts are airtight, and I'm sure no one wants to be sued, you know? Andy then gives Candace the floor because, you know, she's been saying all damn season on the press run that she had shit to say. I'm going to cuss somebody out. I don't think Candace delivered, y'all. I don't think she delivered on that front. She made the reunion entertaining. She was one of the MVPs, but it was kind of a flop, her coming at Rob, because Rob kind of got her together with one little remark. I will get to that. But she said that her main argument to Rob was that he never intended to get to the end with her and Lisa, and she'd have more respect for him if he just copped to that. He says that it wasn't his initial game plan, but the game changed. And then Candace is going on with her soliloquy, and Andy is just eating it up. So then Rob tells Candace, the thing is, you didn't preserve yourself, you ended yourself. He ate with that. I actually agree. Had she not voted for Rob, there wouldn't have been any suspicion on her. So yeah, after their back and forth, Andy then brings out Mora. Let me see what y'all saying. If that's my man, ain't no way he's buying another woman a Birkin. Exactly. Like, he just saying shit. Like, again, we've seen that Rob is an incredible liar. Candace really came to the reunion with Twitter conspiracy theories. Her and her husband are insufferable. Yeah, like, thank you for being honest, Riri, because I feel like a lot of Candace stands, they were trying to be like all rah-rah for her, like she's going to get his ass together. And once again, she let her audience, her Twitter audience, gas her up on something that you can't prove, and is also something that is like that carries major consequences that you're putting on somebody. So yeah, she didn't really go anywhere with that. So it was a miss for me. Yep, her receipt flopped. What was up with Porsha and Michael Rappaport? We'll get to that. It was a rushed reunion that didn't touch on much elephants in the room. Exactly. Like, it was just way too safe. And I'm just like, nah, fuck this shit. I'm not really about to take real notes with this. So like, let's just get it over with. The whole cast was laughing at her. She looked nuts. Exactly. I'm glad we're on the same accord because I was nervous. I was like, for all that talk Candace was talking, like, it really didn't go anywhere. And then she was like, she said she was gonna be calling out this person all season, even like before I went to BravoCon, she was putting this out there, and like now she got the floor. I think she flopped. Oh, let's see. Where are we? So yeah, so Andy brings out Mora, and she is just full of regret. Like, Candace even politely tells her, that's what you get. She tries to explain why she trusted Rob only after meeting him once. And she says it's because of they were on the same show. And I'm just like, girl, you really wanted to fuck him. I mean, it's fine. You were like, all you saw was like hearts in your eyes right now. And then, speaking of which, Messy Andy then brings up their chemistry. They both allege that it was just both flirtation, but their body language is saying otherwise. And then Andy asks, is there a possibility? And Morris says, well, he needs to buy me that Birkin first. The Birkin first. Back in the room, we see the faithfuls watching and commentating. And Porsha, he's like, he can't even buy a shirt, much less a Birkin. I love that line from Porsha. And also, it seems like, well, Rob says he wasn't single and been dating for someone for 2 months. And it looked like Mora was low-key pressed about it. Like, the way she navigated that conversation, she let him say that first before she was just like, oh, well, I would talk to, yeah. Like, it was just a secondhand embarrassment for me. Candace flopped with her outfit too. Totally agree. I was like, what is this? Thank you, Jai Vanity, for the super chat. 2 things that pissed me off. The fact that Mora won the award for those outfits and ill-fitted hats, and Mora damn near ready to sell her soul over that Birkin that Rob isn't buying. You're right. But I will say, I think she deserved the fashion award. She had some really good fashions. I mean, outside of Lisa Rinna, Kristen, and Mora, they were my top 3 fashions of the season. And I would have been happy if any 3 of them would have won that award. But thank you for your super chat. So let's see, where am I? So next up, the skating twins are brought out via satellite because they're currently at the Olympics. They're just giving their thoughts on making it to the end and Mora fucking everything up. She calls herself dumb again. And The response to it is, no, you're not dumb. You're not dumb. No. Like, it's funny because she's right, but nobody wants to hurt her feelings. So the Faithfuls who got eliminated in the second half of the season, they come out. Candace says Colton told her that Rob told him that she was a traitor. The show, they then show Porsha taking the most dramatic gasp in the back. And that took me out. I'm like, Porsha isn't even out yet. And she's stealing the shine from everybody. She's like, Porsha was so good this reunion. I'm going to give her flowers in a second. But Rob immediately denies. And then Colton gives more context. And he says Rob did tell him that, but he saw Rob as a faithful that he was just strategizing with. But he says he would never cheat, says the stalker. Okay. He also asked, he's also asked about his bold move telling Lisa to protect him. And he claims he did that because he thought that he could be recruited as a traitor. Sure, Jan. We then segue to Colton doing his best PR about the fan response to him and saying, well, that was 2019. I've grown. When the camera pans to Candace's face, that was my face watching. And Andy doesn't call him out on it. There's no one calls him out on it. It's just like the big elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about. Again, the fact that this was just such a safe-ass, whack-ass reunion, I kind of just didn't even want to review it. Thank you, Eni Forever, for the super chat. I never saw chemistry between Rob and Mora. If anything, it was one-sided at best. Yes. Also, Porsha's top was bad to the bone. Yes. Like, Porsha's look was perfection, especially for a sit-down outfit. Like, she didn't even need a gown. It was so beautiful and it looked expensive. Like, she could have wore that for a confessional look during the Atlanta season coming up. But yeah, so then we're now talking about the banquet scene. And there's really no tea on that. And they didn't ask my question, which I was like, do they think it was fair that Jam Jam got to yell out Lisa's name when he was already murdered? Like, you shouldn't be able to talk. So they're then talking about how no one took Candace's 2 votes for Rob into account. We then get to Natalie, the backstabbing of it all. And surprisingly, this was a nothing burger. Like, they just move right past it. Like, they acknowledge it, move on. No argument there between her and the skating twins, nothing. So then afterwards now, they bring out everybody on stage. Porsha was first out of this competition, but she is standing out the most at this reunion. Like, how is the first person out the MVP of the reunion? And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, she has an overall deal with NBC Universal, as well as on Ultimate Girls Trip, as well as the center for this next season of Atlanta. It is what it is. The girl just knows how to make good TV. And I just wish the Porsha haters would at least just give Porsha that. Like, we can say so much about Porsha, but what we can't deny is her charisma, Like, I like Porsha. I mean, she ain't fuck my man. So yeah. I also wouldn't mind her coming back for All Stars too. Like, she really made this reunion interesting. Like, already, like, when she was in the back, like, they kept quoting her and putting the camera on her with her reactions. So anyway, let's see. So then she talks about being betrayed by Lisa for a bit. And then we get to Candace selling out Porsha in the beginning of the, I think this was like the first episode. when they were in the car, and I was fully on Porsha's side for that. Like Candace said, she didn't know Porsha was going to confront Michael, and I'm like, Candace, like we know you're not good at playing dumb, so stop it. Like you knew when you told Porsha this that she was going to go and confront Michael. So then Portia's now defending her flub where she made that mistake of saying that, like, if I killed whoever. We even get a little back and forth between her and Taylor Swift's mother-in-law. Porsha said that she was the queen of the faithfuls explaining her plan. Child, Portia's a star. Like, it was just great. Like, they should have just brought Porsha out in the beginning. So then we move on to Caroline and Lisa's exchange. Back to Dubai you go. I thought that was quite iconic. Yeah, y'all, I'm flying through this reunion just so I can get this over with. So then, after a little gag reel, Lisa says everyone was smitten by Rob and Tiffany. I'm sorry, by Rob. And then Tiffany, she makes sure to say, I wasn't. And I was like, same. Like, Rob, I mean, he's conventionally attractive. Conventionally, I wouldn't turn my head. And, you know, like, even though he's not my cup of tea, that demographic, there are other white men that are more attractive, in my opinion. Also, I'm so mad that they just bypassed the whole thing of Tiffany being eliminated. Like, that was a big part. And Tiffany hardly got asked any questions. I was so pissed by that. So yeah, right now they're just going back, like just giving everyone some time to answer a question. Andy then moves on to Michael Rappaport. And he continues to be embarrassing, just like a fucking jackass, like prick. He has a back and forth with Porsha. He's trying to say clip. Also, I think he needs to watch his fucking mouth on how he was addressing Porsha, a black woman. Like, you're not one of these wives. You're not a woman. Andy, he sees what's going on and he moves on because he sees this, you know, going down the wrong road. Did anybody else see this? Because I was just like, nah, they need to cut this. They need to cut this because I don't like how he's talking to Porsha. He's now addressing the Colton controversy. He said he apologized while taking a shot at Johnny because, you know, when Johnny voted him out, he said, I just want you out of my castle. I don't care if you're a traitor or a faithful. So then he has a back and forth with Johnny. It's a little embarrassing. He keeps doing the clip. Andy has to move on again. We get to Colton's response on Michael's comments to him at the round table, and he accepts it, blah, blah, blah. Like, he not trying to shake the table at all. Again, a boring-ass reunion. No one wanted to step out, you know, and say anything. The only person that was ready to rumble was Lisa Rinna and how she was addressing Colton. Because she was ready. She was ready for Colton. And then I heard that Colton got up for a second. I guess they cut that out too. They cut a lot out, y'all. Later on, everyone who got sent home early, they get to speak for a few seconds. We get another gag reel, y'all. The Survivor people, they're talking now. Don't really care. Like the gamers. Thank you, Jai Vanity, again. Can we get into Andy? I'm trying to understand what's going on with him constantly saying I want to move on without asking the real questions. Well, to be fair, like when I saw Andy say move on, it was like moments where it was going into a slippery slope, especially him going back and forth with Porsha and him going back and forth with Johnny. So I'm actually kind of glad that he moved on. And then also, I kind of blame production for this one more so than Andy, because I feel like they cut so much out this reunion. Like, it really could have been 30 minutes, y'all. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that was a big thing. Like when she said the Abbey, because y'all, I've been to the Abbey. I've heard stories about people getting shit put in their drinks. You really got to watch it with these clubs in WeHo. There was one club, it was the Abbey and somewhere else. Somewhere else, but definitely the Abbey. It's been many times people have been like roofied, crazy. You think he shouldn't have apologized to Colton? I think he should have. But yeah, either way, he was a fucking mess at that reunion. Michael Rappaport. Yeah, yeah, I totally agree with that. Okay, another person in the chat thinking Porsha was the MVP. So yeah, happens in NYC too. Yeah, but I haven't heard a club like a gay club that has been notorious for it. The Abbey, I've heard multiple stories. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, after the gag reel, they get into like more of the gamers, they're talking, and now Andy gets to Ron. Like, remember him, y'all? Ron. Like, Ron is finally asked the question. We are at the 50-minute mark of the reunion. There's only 10 minutes left to ask his opinion on something. I forgot. It wasn't important. But I was just like, so they're just gonna skip right over him like calling out Dorinda or his issue with Dorinda, because he's definitely publicized it a lot on his little like promotion trail, like his promotion interviews. And he said that he had a lot to say about that. And I really think he did say something, y'all. And the editing team, they were protecting Dorinda. I mean, they already brought her back this season because she had a little temper tantrum of getting voted out first. So, of course, they're going to protect Dorinda. And I really thought that because Dorinda is like coming up on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. And they're saying, why compromise Dorinda for this C-list comedian? There's no shade to Ron, but I'm just thinking how production was. I just feel like they were definitely protecting Dorinda. Anywho, I totally agree with this. They like Dorinda's performance this season, she literally just coasted. And I don't even think she needs the money. She just wanted to be on TV again. Let's see. They didn't Ron get a haircut, a hair transplant, or a lace front? I don't know. Good eye. Good eye. That's all I have to say. They didn't want Ron to speak his mind. They knew Dorinda couldn't handle it. Exactly. So yeah, we then get our third gag reel about the fashions, and then there's like 7 minutes left of the reunion. We're coming to the close. Mora gets like a meaningless fashion award. Good for her. I won something. Good for you, girl. Good luck on getting that Birkin. And now it's just final thoughts on Rob's win, blah, blah, blah. And that's where this whack-ass reunion ends. Not sure what I expected, but I just thought it was just going to give us a little bit more spice. This was some gentrified, watered-down version of a Housewives reunion. I was very disappointed. Very, very disappointed in the reunion. But overall, as a season for the Traitors, definitely enjoyed it. Had me on the edge of my seat every week. It's so crazy how it's just come and gone, y'all. Like, that's a wrap. That's it. So yeah, I thought this season of Traitors definitely better than last season. I would give it like a B plus. Season 2 is still my favorite. And yes, I heard y'all. I can hear you now saying, Chris, make sure you watch season 1. I will. I promise. But yeah, as we know, they let us know that the next season of Traitors will be no celebrities. It'll be regular people. And I think after that, they're going to do an all-stars. And yeah, those are my thoughts on Traitors. Can't wait for season 5. And look, I'm going to put it out there. I can't wait to be on season 5. We shall see. We shall see. Oh, thank you, Jai Vanity, for the support. Great review. Thanks, Chris. The only recap I needed to see. Have a good day. You have a good day, too. Happy Friday, y'all. And y'all know I'm about to go to this yet another job interview. Didn't know if y'all, like I said that in the beginning of the episode, but wish me luck on that. I'm also bartending tonight. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll let you know where, if you want to come by and get a drink made by yours truly, you can come over, you can come on by. My next recap will be for Beverly Hills. That'll be either tomorrow or Sunday. Me and Alex will be doing a Pop Roast Extra. Regular Pop Roast on his YouTube channel. That'll be tomorrow at noon. That's it for the announcements. Let me look at just a few more comments before I get out of here. Much better than season 3. Yes, Chris, season 2 is my fave. Gotta watch season 1. That was a classic. I will. I'm with Mora. What woman in her right mind is going to trust Rob after seeing him play this game? The way he was able to compartmentalize in order to get through the game. Colton husband looked like Michael Rappaport. They're both chopped. I'm going to Google his husband now. They need to stop the reunion and do a 15-minute one-on-one after they're banished or killed. I agree. I don't think we need a reunion. I just think we need like final thoughts or something like that. A reunion, if they're not going to go there, like really go there, like save it. Save it. I don't want no safe shit because they protected Dorinda. They protected Colton. Candace was a flop. Like, yeah. Anyway. Oh, thank you, Annie, for the super chat. Is All Stars a real thing or just hearsay? They've been talking about it. Even the players have been talking about it. I can see it happening, though. Like, they have enough. Oh, thank y'all for the well wishes and the good luck. Appreciate it. All right. So with that, y'all, I'm going to head out. This was really fun. And yeah, damn, I'm done with another show. I guess I don't have, So all I have now is Married to Medicine, Potomac, which is going off too, and Beverly Hills. Whew, April need to get here because I need to get Atlanta, and then I'm going to be doing Real Housewives of Rhode Island too. So I should be good. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here. With that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me get out of here. Yeah, and I will see